Are you wondering how to set up an annuity for retirement? Well, you've come to the right place, because if you're like most of my clients, you're starting to wonder if you're ever going to be able to retire. And you really want to find an answer to do that. Or if you're lucky and you're in a good spot, but you don't know the best path, either way, the goal of this video is to help you, right? We want to be able to give you that kind of guidance, whether we should do this or not. Now, I'm just going to say this, okay? To be perfectly candid, my producers asked me to do this video. I really didn't want to do it because here's the thing. Annuities, I don't think you should do them. I think they kind of suck. I mean, they're an option, but they're not really a great option. So stay till the end and to learn what you should be doing instead. But right now, I'm gonna actually go into the annuities, the pros and the cons, and about whether you should use it or not. But really, what are the alternatives to this? All right, so what's an annuity? If you're wondering what an annuity is, these are very similar to a retirement plan, but they're set up by life insurance companies. Life insurance companies will have this set up, and there's various annuities you can do. For example, you could do a fixed annuity. A fixed annuity are kind of boring. They maybe pay you like 2 or 3% a year, and that 2 or 3%, yay! I mean, it might have some guarantees to it, which is good. It'll make some money, but it's not going to make a whole lot more money than like a CD or something like that, right? Or like a very low interest rate bond. But people like them because annuities do give you an option. Instead of just being a simple retirement account, they can give you options where you can get paid actual income off of it. That's one of the benefits of an annuity. You can actually get a stream of income either for a period of time or for the rest of your life. And sometimes that income stream can even go paid to your spouse as well for a period of time or even the rest of their lives, depending on how it's set up. So the nice thing with an annuity is it's different than a retirement account because it gives you a few little extra bells and whistles. But just so you know, you do pay for those bells and whistles. They often do have some extra cost to them. They also have things called surrender fees. So if you ever decide to cancel it or surrender an annuity early, usually within the first 10 years, they'll charge you an extra fee. Now, if this annuity is also in an IRA, like as a qualified annuity, as they call it, guess what? And you're not 59 and a half and you try to cancel it, not only do you get a surrender fee that could be anywhere from 1 to 10%, then you get a 10% early withdrawal penalty, and then you get income tax as well. So it's possible that if you have an IRA annuity, you can end up losing up to half of your money just by taking it out too early. Okay, so be warned, they do this on purpose so that you don't pull the money out early. They want you to keep it in there, just like every financial company or bank. They want you to leave it with them forever so they can make money off of you forever, right? That's the point. So just be warned, that's the thing. So although it does have some cool perks, it does have some weaknesses too. So I said there's a fixed annuity, right? Again, making 2-3% or so maybe. It doesn't make a lot of money. The next one is a variable annuity. Now a variable annuity can make more money, but you're riding the stock market waves. You don't really have as many guarantees unless you pay for some more guarantees. There are some things you can do to help pay for those, to help give some additional bells and whistles to protect your money, but you will pay for it. I remember setting up annuities as a financial advisor. It was not uncommon to pay 2 or 3% a year in fees for those variable annuities if you start to get all the bells and whistles. Sometimes more than 3%. Most of the time, I didn't feel like in good conscience to do it, but I can't speak for the other financial advisors that might set it up for you. They might give you some of the most expensive annuities out there. So be careful. So there are variable annuities. You can get higher returns, but there's also higher fees associated with them. And then there's something in the middle. They still have fees associated called indexed annuities. Indexed annuities might not have a way to lose money, but they won't get all the gains of the market either. So maybe it's tied to the stock market, but you have a floor and a ceiling, and it might give you a certain range that you'll earn on that money. It gives you a little bit more, ability to sleep at night if you like those kind of things. But again, the question is, are these annuities worthwhile? The one benefit an annuity can give you is that often, whatever it ends up growing to or becoming, you could annuitize it at some point, and it could give you a guaranteed maybe 5-6% or so return on your money, where they just keep paying it out for that certain period of time or for the rest of your life, and they'll keep paying you that income stream. That's the nice thing, because if you're worried about what kind of income stream you're going to have in the future, it could give you some more predictability. So the question is, should you use it? That's really up to you. I don't know your individual situation because you're watching me. I can't see you. I can just guess, that who you are. But it really is a case by case. There are reasons that some people are very comfortable with annuities, and that's fine. I think you should be well educated on that, but also know that you have alternatives, that you don't have to go with an annuity. Most of our clients, even when they've had annuities, end up not having them after a while, or end up waiting till the surrender period's over and then cash them out to do something different. Why? Well, because making 5 or 6%, although that sounds great, is really low. Because the truth is, can you really retire at the end of this thing? I mean, especially when you have inflation going up the way that it goes. And just so you know, inflation is always higher than what the government says it is. They keep it lower on their numbers so they don't have to pay you as much in those cost of living increases every year on your Social Security and on their other benefits that they offer people. They're trying to save money for the government, right? So they're going to say inflation's lower. But you know, in reality, the inflation's been much higher. You need your cost of living to go up with the reality, not what the government says it is. So do we know if this is going to work for us or not? We don't know. You know, it may not be enough for you. So what are the alternatives? You can do other things with passive investing, right? Passive investing is this, is where your money works for you whether you work for it or not. Now, annuity could be looked at that way, but there's other alternatives outside of annuities and outside of the stock market. Now, you won't hear about them very often, even though millions of us are doing it, but you won't often hear about it because financial advisors don't get paid to tell you about this. They're paid to tell you what they offer. And if you really dumb down what financial advisors offer, it's like financial Mexican food, right? Mexican food is great. I love Mexican food. But let's be honest. Most everything on the menu has the same exact ingredients. Rice, beans, meat, tomatoes, lettuce. It's all the same crap, right? Financial advisors are no different. They'll put nice little fancy names and stuff on it, but really they just offer mutual funds, life insurance, and annuities. And that's it. That's all they offer. Everything else is just bells and whistles and makes it seem all fancy. But the truth is, financial advisors are not financial experts, and they're not paid to make you money. They're paid to sell you crap. Okay? So we gotta look at what are the other alternatives outside of this world, which millions of us are already doing. Things like real estate investing. You know, when I look at a real estate property, I want at least a 10% cash return on my money. That means if I put $50,000 onto a property, I want to make at least $5,000 a year of income coming in each and every year, backed by a real asset, not based on whatever Wall Street says and what all the artificial intelligence, the AI is doing when they're doing all these different trades and news items come out and your account could go up or down and you have no clue if you can even survive the next month because of what happens in the stock market. I don't have those worries, because I invest in things that have real assets that pay real, consistent, predictable, stable returns. So that's why I look at investment real estate, you know, things like rental real estate. And just so you know, big key bonus tip for you, don't be buying the ones in your backyard. It's best to find somebody who actually helps find these properties for you. And I don't mean a realtor, I mean an investor that helps you do that. And there's actually companies out there called turnkey real estate companies that will help you do this. Several of them out there. There's a few that I love though, but that's a topic for another day. But turnkey real estate can be great. There's also syndications. You could pool your money with other people to invest into things like an apartment building, to invest in things like like self-storage units, which is great. All right, another alternative are syndications, where you can pool your money together with other people and go buy it, like an apartment building or a self-storage units or into like oil and gas wells or whatever it might be, or a business. You can actually pool your money together and make money that way. And so there's ways to make double-digit returns there too, and sometimes even get better tax benefits. And again, so many things you can do there. And I've even mentioned other things like infinite banking, you know, where you can actually let your money grow tax-free. Very similar, still using a life insurance company, but you get better returns you will with a fixed or an index annuity sometimes. And here's the best thing, is you can still take that money and invest it in those other things like real estate, oil and gas, or whatever you want to invest in. You can make your money in two places at the same time. So I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. Are you using an annuity right now? Do you like it? And tune in for our next video, how to achieve financial independence and retire early.